NLWN-TV presents the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Now, join us as we get ready for baseball in the dugout.
Hello, and welcome to the NLWN-TV studio and today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's Chippewa River Baseball League doubleheader between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Jim Falls Sturgeons from Carson Park in Eau Claire. The Cavaliers were last scheduled to play back on May 27th at the Osseo Merchants. However, during the playing of the national anthem, the skies opened up and the game had to be postponed. Therefore, the last Cavalier action was back on May 25th when they faced and defeated the Eau Claire Bears in the annual Billy Noss Memorial Game. Now, the Sturgeons last played on Sunday when they split their doubleheader with the Eau Claire Bears. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Sturgeons. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective on today's games in the Ryan Bemnister Show. Following that, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to see where things currently stand. Also, we'll take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game from Carson Park in Eau Claire. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action, and we'll do just that coming up right after this brief timeout as you're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Very shortly, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will take on the Jim Falls Sturgeons in a twin bill from Carson Park in Eau Claire. The Cavs were rained out back on May 27th when they were scheduled to face the Osseo Merchants in Osseo. So the last Cavalier action was back on May 25th when the Cavaliers defeated the Eau Claire Bears 8-7 in the annual Billy Noss Memorial Game. The Sturgeons last played on last Sunday when they split their doubleheader with the Eau Claire Bears, dropping the first game 5-1, but taking the nightcap 9-0. The Cavaliers and the Sturgeons met each other in a doubleheader in Jim Falls last season, and the Cavs swept that twin bill by scores of 6-2 and 3-2. Now, in the Billy Noss Memorial Game against the Bears, the Cavs were led at the plate by Logan Hesselman, who went 2 for 3, including a home run, a double, and a run scored. Now the 3-2 pitch. Fly ball deep into right field. It's way back, and it's gone! A home run by Logan Hesselman. He got all of that one, and he put it up into the breeze that's blowing out toward the outfield. Something tells me, Dan, that may not be the only one of those we see today.
Yeah, that was a shot.
Trenton Palmer went 2 for 3 and scored twice. And a ground ball or line shot out into left field. Kapinski rounds third. He's coming in to score. And on with an RBI single is Trenton Palmer. Sam Knickerbocker picked up an RBI while going 2 for 5. There's a shot out into right field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Tillman rounds third. He's going to come in to score. And Bemnister checks in at third. An RBI single by Sam Knickerbocker. Xavier Bemnister scored twice and drove in the tying run in the top of the ninth as he went 1 for 3. And the pitch. Line shot out towards right field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Palmer rounds third. He's coming toward the plate, and he's in safe, and we are tied. Xavier Bemnister with a tying RBI single. Aiden Pankratz continued his hot bat with a double while going 1 for 4 and scoring a run. Line shot out into left field. Fair ball right down the line. Pankratz rounds first, and he's headed to second, and he's going to check in there with a stand-up double. Defensively, the Cavaliers turned in 2 spectacular plays, gunning down runners at the plate and preventing a couple of runs. The first was Braden Tillman fielding the ball at the left center field fence and hitting the cutoff man, Caden Erickson, who threw a strike to Sam Knickerbocker at the plate to gun down the Bears' Chevy Tollefson at the plate. There's a fly ball deep out into left center field. It bounces off the wall. Tollefson chugging into third. He's going to round it. He's heading toward the plate. Here comes the throw. Knickerbocker put on the tag, and they got Tollefson at the plate. Several innings later, Trenton Palmer fired a shot from right field to Knickerbocker, who nailed Jordan Dickerson at the plate. Rathke delivers. Ground ball out into the right field. Dickerson rounds third, coming to the plate, and they've got him at the plate. Nice throw by Trenton Palmer, firing a BB to the plate, and Sam Knickerbocker was standing there waiting for him. And let's not forget about the diving catch by Braden Tillman in the bottom of the 6th to rob Sawyer Sturrs of a base hit.
There's it out to left. Diving is Tillman. Did he get it?
Yes.
He got it. Great play by Braden Tillman.
Now, picking up the win on the mound for the Cavaliers in relief was Eli Rathke, who went 3 innings, giving up 2 runs on 3 hits while walking 3 and striking out 5. James Schutte started the game for the Cavs and went 6 innings and gave up 5 runs on 6 hits while striking out 5. Now, the Jim Falls Sturgeons come into tonight's game with a record of 5 wins and 4 losses in the CRBL. The Sturgeons split their doubleheader with the Eau Claire Bears back on May 31st, losing the first game 5-1 and winning the nightcap 9-0. They're being led at the plate by Carson Bovey, who's hitting at a .455 pace, going 5 for 11 and scoring 3 times. He's being followed by Bobby Saran, who's hitting .450 by going 9 for 20. Braden Hegeman at .429, along with Colton Turner at .355, round out the Sturgeons hitting .300 or better. On the mound, the workhorse for the Sturgeons has been Brady Johnson, who has posted a 1-2 record with an ERA of 5.19 in 17 1/3 innings pitched. He struck out 12 while walking 8. Will Jacobson has accounted for the most Sturgeon wins with a 2-0 record in 12 innings pitched and posting a 3.00 ERA, while Jackson Google has an impressive 0.54 ERA in 16 2/3 innings pitched with a record of 1 win and no losses. Carson Bovey has accounted for the other Sturgeon win. The Cavaliers are being led at the plate by Logan Hesselman, who's sporting a .500 batting average, including 4 doubles and a home run, and a team-leading 9 RBI. He's being followed by Trenton Palmer at .450 with a double, 3 runs scored, and 2 RBI. Sam Knickerbocker is 9 for 21 for a .429 average. Braden Tillman at .368, Xavier Bemnister at .350, and Caden Erickson at .320 round out the Cavaliers hitting .300 or better. On the mound, the Cavaliers are being led by Andrew Milner, who has a 2-0 record, along with a save in 13 2/3 innings pitched, compiling an ERA of 1.32 in 22 strikeouts. Leidel Torres has a 1.59 ERA and in 5 2/3 innings. Eli Rathke has accounted for 2 wins and 1 loss with a 5.91 ERA in 10 2/3 innings. Also picking up a win for the Cavs is Mason Yarrington, with James Schutte earning a save. Now, coming up next following this timeout, we'll get manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective as we chat with him on The Ryan Bemnister Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
School, it feels like everyone's staring at me and I'm just kind of not really a person.
It just feels hard today. Nobody was listening to me.
And I'll try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same. Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at sounditouttogether.org.
The Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire presents The Ryan Bempnister Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Bempnister gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, The Ryan Bempnister Show.
Once again, we're at the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire and talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bempnister. And Ryan, today the Cavaliers will get back into action following their nearly 2-week break after their game with the Osseo Merchants got rained out as the national anthem was performed. And they'll be taking on the Jim Falls Sturgeons in a doubleheader. But before we talk about that, or those games, let's take a look back at the last time the Cavs played, when they won a thriller over the Eau Claire Bears in the Billy Noss Memorial Game. Your comments about that performance, if you can remember back that far.
Well, it was a long time ago. No, it was a good game. It was a fun game. It always is against the Bears. Billy Noss is a very important game to us, and we were on the ropes for a little bit there at the end, and we were able to come out on top, so that was great.
In that game, there were some spectacular defensive plays by the Cavaliers, with a couple of times when the Cavalier outfielders gunned down a runner at the plate, and also a diving catch by Brayton Tillman. Talk a little bit about the play of the Cavalier outfield this year that seems to be one of the strengths of the team.
Yeah, there's a lot of speed out there, a lot of young guys playing baseball, been playing baseball in the outfield for their entire careers, and they're starting to get to know each other a little bit more and play with each other a little bit more. And, you know, we added that new kid to Pancrats to the outfield mix there with the other guys, and he's fit in very well. And you know, I got Tilly as a pretty good leader in the outfield after we've kind of turned it over to him after having previous center fielder for the last 3-4 years. So it's like it's a good mesh of guys out there. I mean, Palmer looks like Palmer does all the time with his glove, and it's a lot of fun to watch those guys play.
You know, we'd be amiss also if we didn't talk about the tear that Logan Hesselman has been on of late. That would include his home run and double against the Bears. What has caught his bat on fire, and what can you do to keep it burning?
Well, I hope we keep it going, because it is on fire right now. You know, I had a really good season with UW Eau Claire here, and rolled basically right into our season once they got eliminated from the playoffs there, and the bat never really stopped working very well for him. So that was kind of cool. It's fun to watch, I'll tell you that. I think he's just more comfortable with us this year now, being his you know, I think it's his third year now that he's been with us overall for the Cavs and stuff, and I think his comfort level's just there, you know. And I think that's what helps his bat be good, and it's really good right now.
Now, he's not the only Cavalier with a hot bat. The Cavs had 12 hits against the Bears, with 4 players having multi-hit games. It's been a while since we've seen the Cavalier bats this hot. What's the difference this season?
I think they're just, you know, baseball is up and down, and I just think maybe we weren't all meshing together in the last couple of years and how they played, but this year it just seems like everybody's on the same page. Everybody's happy, we're having a good time. You know, the young guys are mixed in with the old guys are mixing with the young guys. It's just, I think it's just all comfort level, and it's baseball, so it's always going to be up and down. You ride the good when the good's going, and you try to fix the bad when it's out there. So. And
you mentioned Palmer out in the outfield doing his usual stuff out in the outfield. He's really coming through with the bat all of a sudden, too, and that's part of the reason you have him in that second leadoff spot down at the bottom of the order, so he can set the table for the other guys.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job this year so far with that. We've been very happy with his progression type of thing. We knew he was a good ball player, good hit, you know, good outfielder, but the hitting has been one of his lackings in the last couple of years here, and I just think, you know, he hasn't played, you know, collegiate baseball in a couple of years now, so I think maybe he's fully recovered health-wise through the year. Before he comes plays out, that makes a big difference. And I think just having some fun out there, and if you can, you know, if you get a hit and then it just rolls in another hit, you're more comfortable, more happy. It can be progressive for you, and I think that's what's happened with Trenton.
Now today the Cavaliers will take on the Jim Falls Sturgeons, who appear to be a much improved team over the past few seasons. What can you tell us about this year's Sturgeons?
Again, fun team to play. They got that team going in the right direction. You know, it's not a surprise to me to see them where they are, you know, in the standings this year and how they've been playing, just because of most of the teams in this league are a pitcher away from being just like that. You know, if you can just get that one extra pitcher, you can always roll into an extra win or two here or there, and that's a big deal when you only play 20 games in the conference. I think maybe they've got some extra pitching out there this year. I don't know too much about them, what they've added, but I've heard there's another arm or two out there. And the program has always been tough. So it doesn't surprise me that they've got a good record right now, and it'll be a good matchup for us.
Now, it's been nearly 2 weeks since the Cavaliers last played, no thanks to Mother Nature.
Yeah.
Are you at all concerned about a little rust?
I know. I think the guys, they stay loose during this time. It's a good time. It's, like a mini all-star break type of thing, I guess you want to call it that, or a big all-star break if you want to call it that. No, I'm not too worried about rust and stuff. I think they've been playing some catch and hitting the ball around a little bit and staying active, so I think they'll be all right.
So who's getting the call to the mound today?
Since we didn't get to throw Milner against Osseo, we're going to go ahead and throw Milner, against Jim Falls. He'll be well rested. So we'll go Millie and probably Torres.
Torres in game 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ryan, good luck on today's games, and hopefully the Cavaliers can continue their winning streak and push it to 4 or 5 games.
That'd be nice.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Bempnister Show, presented by the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire, with Cavalier manager Ryan Bempnister's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned. More of In the Dugout is coming right up.
I'm a United States Marine. When I came home, I became angry. I had migraines and respiratory issues.
I served in the Army. There's a lot more people out there that have gone through more things. I shouldn't go and get those benefits because they had it worse.
If you could say anything to that veteran, what would you say?
Every veteran is deserving the benefits they earned by serving our country. You deserve because you serve. If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait, reach out.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's CRBL doubleheader between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Jim Falls Sturgeons. The Cavaliers were scheduled to take on the Osseo Merchants in Osseo back on May 27th. However, that game was rained out. Now, in other action that night, however, the Tilden Tigers topped the Jim Falls Sturgeons 8-0, while the Beef River Bullfrogs were 3-1 victors over the Augusta Athletics, and the Whitehall Whitetails defeated the Eau Claire Bears 11-3. Then on May 31st, the CRBL had a pair of doubleheaders scheduled, with the Bloomer Woodticks sweeping the Augusta Athletics 6-4 and 12-9. It was the Jim Falls Sturgeons splitting their twin bill with the Eau Claire Bears. The Bears took the first game 5-1, while the Sturgeons took the second 9-0. In a single game, it was the Tilden Tigers topping the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks 12-2. On Wednesday, the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks faced off against the Cadott Red Sox, with the Sox coming away as 16-7 winners. It was the Beef River Bullfrogs hosting the Osseo Merchants, with the Bullfrogs emerging with the 3-2 victory. And the Augusta Athletics traveled to Whitehall to take on the Whitetails, and the Whitetails were 9-4 winners. Now, coming into tonight, the Chippewa River Baseball League standings are as follows. In the South Division, the Whitehall Whitetails are in first place with a 6-0 record. They are being followed by the Eau Claire Cavaliers at 3-2 and 2.5 games off the pace. In third place are the Osseo Merchants at 2-2 and 3 games out. Now, the Beef River Bullfrogs sit in fourth at 3-4, 3.5 games back, while the Eau Claire Bears are in fifth, 4 games behind, with the Augusta Athletics holding down sixth. In the North Division, first place belongs to the 7-1 Tilden Tigers. Second place finds the Cadott Red Sox, who at 3-1 are 2 games back. In third place are the Jim Falls Sturgeons, who are 2.5 games out, while in fourth place is a tie between the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks and the Bloomer Woodticks. Now today, the Chippewa River Baseball League has 4 doubleheaders scheduled. In addition to the Cavaliers hosting the Jim Falls Sturgeons at Carson Park, the Bloomer Woodticks will travel to Spangberg Field in Strum to play 2 against the Beef River Bullfrogs. It will be the Tilden Tigers hosting the Osseo Merchants at Casper Park in Chippewa Falls, while the Whitehall Whitetails will travel to Cadott to take on the Cadott Red Sox. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
Today on Cavalier Profile, we're talking with Andrew Milner. And Millie, tell us a little about yourself, where you grew up, the different levels of ball that you've played, and so on.
For sure. So I grew up in and around Eau Claire. Played Little League with the Nationals, played with Hobby a bunch, which is pretty cool. And then growing up, I never really played baseball too much in the summer until I was about 13. Started playing summer ball and kind of fell in love with it. And now I'm playing in college over at St. Mary's, University of Minnesota, and playing here in the summertime, and I'm loving every second of it. So
you can't beat a warm summer afternoon at Carson Park, can you?
No, not at all. Nothing better.
So when not playing baseball, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied?
Yeah, my family's got land up north, so we like going up there a bunch to fish. Me and my dad are huge fishermen, so if I'm not on the ball field anywhere, I'm usually fishing or in my room playing video games if the weather doesn't allow.
Are you part of that sport of 1,000 casts, going after the big muskie, or are you going after the panfish for dinner?
I'm not too big into fish with teeth, so I'm more of a sunfish or a largemouth, smallmouth bass kind of guy.
Something you can put in the skillet and fry up.
Exactly, right. I mean, I caught one walleye, and he's my trophy fish for my life. So
okay, all right. Here's our signature rapid fire questions.
Absolutely.
First of all, pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Ooh, ice cream.
Which kind?
I'm a vanilla guy. I'm pretty basic.
Well, and with vanilla, it's all about the toppings.
Oh, absolutely.
And so you can do whatever you want.
You got vanilla, you got vanilla bean, there's multiple different kinds too.
Sure.
I'm a vanilla connoisseur, so.
Burgers, brats, or hot dogs?
I'm a burgers guy.
What do you want on that burger?
Ketchup, mustard, pickles, cheese, just about everything but tomato. So.
Fairly traditional burger though.
Yep.
Okay. And your favorite major league team?
Brewers.
All right. Now, if you could sit down and have a conversation or a meal with some kind of baseball personality, whether it's a player, former player, other baseball personality, who would it be and why?
Yeah, for sure. I got a couple that come off the bat right away. Bob Uecker would be one of them.
And he played in Eau Claire.
Played in Eau Claire. Huge baseball personality with the Brewers. You've never seen a guy fall in love with a team more than Bob Uecker did with the Brewers, and I really respect that. If we're going players-wise, a couple, Sandy Koufax, I'd love to sit down with. He didn't have a very long career, but it was super dominant. One of the most dominant pitchers that the MLB has ever seen.
I've got to share this with you. My very first major league game was back when the Braves were still in Milwaukee, and I got to see, my father took me to a Braves-Dodgers doubleheader. Koufax and Drysdale pitched the doubleheader, and I got to see Hank Aaron hit a home run off of Don Drysdale. But that was talk about a all-star Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that.
Okay, now if you had a superpower, what might that be?
I don't know. I kind of gravitate towards wanting to read people's minds. I love knowing what people think, and as a pitcher, if I know what the hitter's thinking, it's a lot easier for me to pitch to them, right?
Okay, what am I thinking for the next question?
Next question, what's my name going to be, superhero name?
Hey, you nailed it. So what's your superhero name?
I don't know. Kind of put me on the spot here. We'll go Magic Millie. How about that?
Magic Millie, okay, all right. We're talking with Andrew Milner today on Cavalier Profile. How about a shout out to your family and friends that come and watch you play?
Mom, Dad, Mackenzie, Elena, thanks for coming to my games. We're looking forward to seeing you in the summer.
So remind us, when people come to Cavalier games, what number are you wearing and where are we going to find you on the field?
I wear number 15 and you'll find me pitching the southpaw, the lefty. So.
Okay, we want to thank Andrew Milner for joining us today on Cavalier Profile. Coming up next, more of In the Dugout.
This has been Cavalier Profile, where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more In the Dugout coming right up.
No, no, no. Turn it down. Turn it off. Get a hand. Lose the bells and whistles. Drive without distractions.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today the Cavaliers will take on the Jim Falls Sturgeons in a doubleheader from Carson Park. A pair of wins today and the Cavaliers would be able to continue to put serious pressure on the Whitehall Whitetails. This would keep the Cavs in good position to make a run at the CRBL playoffs coming in late July. So we have exciting baseball coming your way, and we'll have all the action of today's games for you right here on NLWN-TV. Now in just a moment, I'll join our broadcast crew at the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility at Carson Park in Eau Claire as we get ready to bring you today's CRBL doubleheader between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Jim Falls Sturgeons. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
We come from a long line of farmers, and there's a sense of pride, but there's also a significant amount of pressure.
Farmers have to take care of their physical and their mental health, because what's a farm without a farmer?
Watching the sun come up, that's my time. I can have a cup of coffee, and every day is a new opportunity.
That's cool. Yeah.
Don't forget to check in on yourself. Love your mind.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Stay tuned! Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
When tech goes on the fritz and frustration kicks in, Sladen's technology where you trust he can. From nowhere to backups, we've got what you need. Call us up, we'll plant the seed. Sladen's on the way, your heroes in disguise. For businesses large and small, we're the ultimate prize. 715-864-2833, get the IT help you desire. Call 715-864-2833 today.
NLWN-TV presents Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
Under the lights, where legends are born, diamond warriors with heart that's worn, uniforms shining, proud on the field, a title to win, a promise revealed, every pitch thrown, every swing that we take, together we rise, oh make no mistake, with bats and with balls.
Follow the Cavaliers all season long as they strive for another Chippewa River Baseball League title.
Cavaliers striving, hear the crowd roar, seeking a title, we're hungry for more, every base we run, every cheer that we hear, united we stand, with nothing to fear.
So now, let's go out to the ballpark in today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game.
The stakes, this is our moment, let's make no mistakes.
And good afternoon, and welcome to Carson Park. Rick Olson here, along with Jay Fall, Dan Petchow on the computer, at least for game one, and Lily Sinnette on the camera. Aren't you proud of me, Lily? I just rattled that off like I've known it for years. And we're getting ready to bring you a Cavalier doubleheader as the 5-2 Cavaliers, who are 3-2 in the Chippewa River Baseball League, are taking on the 5-4 in the CRBL Jim Falls Sturgeons. Sturgeons are currently taking their ins and outs, and we'll be getting ready for the start of this game in just a couple moments. And so, Jay, why don't you fill us in on who's playing in today's game?
Okay. Here we go. Okay. For the Jim Falls Sturgeons, leading off will be the center fielder, Jace Coda, number 5. The shortstop, Mason Tester, number 27, will play bat in the second position. Third batter is catcher Bobby Soren, number 25 in third. And the cleanup batter is the extra hitter, number 18, Colton Turner. Batting fifth is Liam Brennan, number 16. He's the right fielder. A.J. Schemenauer, the first baseman, is batting sixth, wearing number 15. Gavin Thompson, the second baseman, number 41, is in seventh. Braden Hageman, the DH, is number 38 in eighth spot. Batter is Carter Stelter, and he is at third base, number 12. And rounding out the Jim Falls Sturgeons batting order is Carson Bovey, the left fielder, number 36. For the Cavs, leading off will be Brayton Tillman playing center field, number 11. Xavier Bemnister batting second. He will play third base, wears number 4. Caden Erickson is the shortstop and wears number 6, batting third. The cleanup hitter, Sam Knickerbocker, the catcher, number 35. Logan Hesselman bats fifth. He plays first base, wears number 10. Cole Timon is at second base and will bat sixth. And Andrew Milner, the extra hitter, number 15 in seventh. Jerome.
Actually, that's Cole Timon. We have to blame that one on Ryan Bemnister's handwriting. His 9 looks like a 5. So that's Cole Timon as the extra hitter.
Okay, so I'll have to switch around what we got here or what I've got in my book anyway. Jerome Delikowski, the designated hitter in eighth, number 44. Aiden Pankratz playing left field, wearing number 2, batting ninth, and rounding out the Cavaliers lineup in game 1 today, right fielder Trent Palmer, number 22.
Okay, and I think I glanced over at your thing. I think you missed Riley Gapinski where you have Andrew Milner. You got Logan Hesselman, then it's Riley Gapinski, then Cole Timon.
Okay.
So now we've got to figure it out. As the umpires and the managers are having a talk, the Jim Falls manager had a little bit of rotten luck coming into the ballpark today. And, well, good thing he had a spare tire and made him run a little bit behind schedule. And so by the way, umpiring tonight, or today's games, we have Tim Wilson and Rick Beyer. In game 1, it will be Tim Wilson behind the plate, and Rick Beyer will be out on the bases. And they're going through the ground rules here at Carson Park. And while they get ready, we'll take a quick timeout, be ready for first pitch of today's game right after this on NLWN-TV.
Gerald the Fish. What about, like, Joaquin Bartholomew? Joaquin Bartholomew. Yeah. See ya. See ya. Joaquin Bartholomew. What? How do you think of that? I have no idea. Since we gave him that title, he should honestly be the king of the pond. King of the pond. Yeah. He's out there somewhere. For real. You want this one? Oh, yeah. Nice. All right.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
And we're back here at Carson Park, getting ready for the start of today's game. And we're going to turn things over, if our field mic works properly, to our stadium announcer, Steve Kent.
That's for shit. Guys, myself and some of our players. Just things visuals. Thank you. Some of them are probably over at Cavalier Baseball Hall. Please return all balls as soon as you understand located on the clear baseline. There's quite a lot of good for uses hashtag. There's a reminder, Carson Park stones today as a non-smoking facility. To myself, resident legally the same. Again, it's medically skin in Carson Park Baseball Stadium. Thank you. Not all access to local ratios are reliant emotionally. More technically, sorry, CD. We have true and all times. Okay. So it's 700 CD and Jim Falls Sturgeons. That's well. And I taste. That is shortstop, number 27, recently surgeons. That number, and Kevin, number 25, Lovely Simon. Wait, the word. Yes, sir, number 18, Jordan Turner. Tom Michael, number 16, William Jordan. 96, the first baseman, number 14, David Sherman. 37, the second baseman, number 41, Dan Thompson. 38, the originating hitters, number 38, Brian Davis. 99, the third baseman, number 12, Carter Silver. And 10, number 26, Preston Coley. Which includes the game ball, number 46. The description done by Henry Fowler. 7. I'm sorry, you have to. But drinking idea, I was with people to several years. Way off, the place that you know, loving, crazy, spinning. Playing second, third baseman, number 4, high, playing player, playing shortstop. Number 6, the chopper, King Garrison. Playing Leon, the measure, number 35, Sam, the Energizer Bunny, Neil. Playing first base, number 10, Floating, Silver. 46, the second baseman, number 13, Riley Kaminsky. 27, yes, number 19, Goals. Playing designated hitter, number 44, David Sexy, Ron Nalakowski. 29, 12 hitter, number 2, Aiden Wingress. 2010, the right fielder, number 22, Christian Dormer. That pushing girl away, number 14, Andrew Milner. The player made by the Coffee Bills, Ryan Bemster, he is assisted by Brian Meyer, and Rhino, Brian Page. Some of our results for today's 70 games. On the basis, let's put it right. Meyer. And I have points. Totally Wilson. Now, we rise to where we go. Know your class and honor America to the singing of our national anthem. And Miss John Sterling. Oh, say, can you see? Sunny lights, what's so precious and screaming, whose broad stripes and bright sides, one that tries, all the rest, where's the cat streaming, and the road is all all the land to the green and the cold
And that was Jenna Seiberling singing our national anthem as we are getting ready for the start of today's doubleheader. 2 7-inning games. Cavaliers taking on the Jim Falls Sturgeons. Last year, the Cavs swept their doubleheader with the Sturgeons up in Jim Falls. 2 fairly close games, highlighted by a gem of a game pitched by Andrew Milner, and then also a home run by Brayton Tillman up there in Jim Falls.
Game time temperature is 80, let's say I lost it, 80 degrees. The real feel is 85, 77 if you're in the shade. The winds are blowing from the southwest at 7 miles an hour. Nice afternoon for baseball.
It's a beautiful afternoon for baseball. Few wispy clouds in the sky, but otherwise mostly sunny. And the flag is hanging limp out in straightaway center field with just a little bit of energy in it. And what there is, well, the Weather Bureau that you're looking at says winds are out of the southwest, did you say?
Southeast, 7 miles an hour.
Well, that makes some sense then, because it appears as though what little bit of a wind we have is blowing across from right to left, and that would be pretty much east to west. So we're getting ready to get things going. Jace Coda steps to the plate for the Jim Falls Sturgeons. Coda coming into the game batting .269. Sturgeons are 5-4 in the Chippewa River Baseball League. They're currently sitting in second place in the CRBL North. And the first pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. And the second pitch from Milner missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Milner working toward a milestone in this game. He has 298 career strikeouts as a Cavalier. That one's outside. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch. Fly ball out towards left field, coming in and making the catch is Pankratz. That's going to bring up Mason Tester. He comes into the game batting .276. Scored 6 runs. He's 8 for 29 on the season. Swing and a miss for strike one. Milner winds and delivers. Fly ball out to left center field. Pankratz going back. It's over his head off the wall. They're having trouble picking it up. Tillman finally grabs it, gets it into Erickson as Tester is into second base with a double. So a runner on second. And it's going to bring Bobby Saran. Saran comes into the game batting .450. Milner fires. Just inside. And the pitch swung on a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, 1 on. Milner at the belt. Looks at second and now delivers. Fouled at the plate. Count goes to 1-2. Milner looks over at second. And the 1-2 pitch. That got away from Knickerbocker. He can't find it. And Tester gets over to third. That went right through the wickets of Knickerbocker. So I marked it down as a pass ball. I don't know what the official scorer did. And the pitch. Ground ball, foul down the third baseline. Count remains 2-2. Milner looking in and delivers. Just missed the outside corner. Count goes full to Bobby Saran. Tester on third. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Tillman coming in, makes the catch. Firing to the plate. It's going to be up the line. And coming in to score on the sacrifice fly is Mason Tester. So that puts the Sturgeons on top. 1-0. With 2 down, Colton Turner, the extra hitter, batting .355. Bases are now empty. And the first pitch is a strike at the knees. And the pitch. That one missed outside. Milner trying to play with that outside corner. Tim Wilson not giving him the call yet. There's a chopper foul on the third base side. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. 1 run in. And the pitch. That's outside for a ball. That one looked like it got away from Milner a little bit. About halfway out in the left-handed batter's box. And the 2-2 pitch. Papa, foul territory. Hesselman moving over, makes the catch. So, for the Jim Falls Sturgeons, they do get one run on one hit. There were no errors and nobody left on base. We've played a half an inning, and it's the Sturgeons 1 and the Cavs coming to bat on NLWN-TV.
Debt doesn't have to be complicated. Let Marine Credit Union simplify your debt so you can feel good about your money. Schedule time to get started at marinecu.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Marine Credit Union is rewarding you for making on-time loan payments with our My Loan Rewards program. Take out a loan, open a checking account with a qualified direct deposit, and get money back. Chart your course. Get details at marinecu.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Back here at Carson Park. Heading into the bottom of the first inning, taking a look at the Sturgeons defensively over at third base is Carter Stelter, Mason Teston at short, Gavin Thompson's at second, A.J. Schemenauer at first, Bobby Saran behind the plate. Out in the outfield, Carson Bovey, Jace Cota, and Liam Brennan going from left to right. Brady Smith on the mound, and according to the information we were able to find, he's making his first start for the Jim Falls Sturgeons. And due up for the Cavaliers, we have Brayton Tillman, Xavier Bemnister, and Caden Erickson. Tillman steps in. Smith winds and delivers. And it missed low and away. Ball one. Smith fires one and pops it up, and moving over is Mason Tester to make the catch. That's going to bring up Xavier Bemnister. Bemnister batting .350 on the season. And a strike called on the outside corner. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over towards short. Cut off by the third baseman. Throw to first is in time. Carter Stelter cut across in front of Tester, fielded the ball and fired it over to first for a 5-3 putout. So with two down, brings up Caden Erickson. Erickson coming into the game batting .320. Smith delivers. And a strike called on the inside corner. And the pitch is down low. Blocked that time by Saran. One ball and one strike. And the pitch inside. Ball two. Two down. In spite of what the scoreboard says. Scoreboard says one. Now it says two.
They fixed it.
Line shot out into center field. Gonna not be able to fall in. As moving over to make the catch is Gavin Thompson. Little soft liner. just onto the outfield grass, but Thompson moved over and made the catch, and the Cavaliers go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We've played an inning, and it's Jim Falls Sturgeons 1, Cavaliers nothing on NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Auto Vision Center in Eau Claire, your source for auto glass repair and replacement. Their quality work comes complete with a lifetime warranty on workmanship. When it comes to windshield repair and replacement, Auto Vision Center provides mobile auto glass services with free estimates. So if your windshield needs help, call Auto Vision Center today. That's Auto Vision Center at 1631 North Claremont in Eau Claire. Call 715-834-5277.
We're back here at Carson Park. And due up for the Cavaliers, or check that, due up for the Sturgeons, Liam Brennan, A.J. Schemenauer, and Gavin Thompson. Looking at the Cavaliers defensively, we have Xavier Bemnister over at third base, Caden Erickson at short, Riley Kapinski at second, and Logan Hesselman is at first. Sam Knickerbocker behind the plate. Here's the pitch. There's a strike called to Brennan. And strike 2 called. There's a chopper foul down the first base line. The score from the Chippewa River Baseball League in the first of 2. The Osseo Merchants and the Tilden Tigers are all tied at 1 after the first inning. Milner winds and delivers. There's a high hopper back to Milner. Throw to first. They got him. That'll bring up A.J. Schemenauer. Schemenauer comes into the game batting 111. Swings and fouls that one. Fouled it right off the tip of Knickerbocker's glove, and it flew back to the screen. Bounced right back out, halfway back out to Milner. Milner winds and delivers. That one's outside for a ball. Milner delivers. High pop foul out of play. Straight up over the top of us.
I got a nice spot in the shade right in the first row, and as I was walking in going, I think I know why this might be available. I didn't hear any medals.
Well, let's hope that your vehicle is nice and cool when you get back to it at the end of the day, and not because a window's been broken out.
Yeah.
There's a shot out towards short. Erickson ranges over, makes the catch. 2 down. It's going to bring up Gavin Thompson. Thompson, the second baseman. He's playing, well, has no batting average as of yet. It's not even a 0-0-0. So he has no official at bats. There's a strike called. Yeah, it was a ball, and there were some confused looks up here in the press box on that one. Here's the 1-1 pitch. High and away for a ball.
That's how I always look.
Oh, okay. That explains a lot. Two balls and a strike. Strike called on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Milner winds and delivers. That just missed outside. Knickerbocker even held it for a moment, see if he could get Wilson to call the strike. But Tim Wilson said, nope, it didn't hit the zone. So the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. There's number 299 for Milner. And the Sturgeons go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we've played an inning and a half. And it's 1-0. Sturgeons over the Cavaliers on NLWN-TV.
I can't bounce. Okay. Oh my God. Wait, look. Wait, look at me.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
And we're back here at Carson Park going into the bottom of the second inning. Due up for the Cavaliers, Sam Knickerbocker, Logan Hesselman, and Riley Gopinski. Knickerbocker steps up batting .429. And he hits a shot out into left center field. It's over the head and going to roll out to the warning path. Knickerbocker rounds first, and he's going to stand up at second with a leadoff double.
Nice solid shot over the top of Carson Bovey.
And we have a courtesy runner coming in for Knickerbocker, and that's going to be Brayton Bauer. Brayton Bauer, a new addition to the Cavalier roster, is out at second. Logan Hesselman at the plate. That pitch missed outside. Hesselman leading the Cavaliers in hitting. He's batting .500. And there's a line shot foul. Bauer is a Mondovi product.
That's a way to put it.
We've called his name a few times. Ball gets away from the catcher. Over to third is Bauer. I suspect Ryan Bemnister is going to mention to him, good hustle, but slide next time. That goes in the book as a pass ball. There's a high fly ball. Good thing we don't have clouds. That would have drawn rain. And it's caught over there by Tester right at the foul line. So one away. It's going to bring up Riley Gopinski. Kapinski looking to find a way to get his bat to catch fire, and he's batting .067. He hits a soft liner out towards second, and over under it is Gavin Thompson. So now there's 2 down and brings up Cole Timon, the extra hitter. Timon batting .200. Tying run is on third. And the pitch. It's down low for a ball. One ball, no strikes. 2 down. Runner on third. Smith's pitch. Chopped foul. Over toward the on-deck circle. One ball, one strike in the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball over towards short. Picked up by Tester. Throw to first is in time. So the Cavs threaten, but don't come up with anything. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left on base. We've played 2, and it's the Jim Falls Sturgeons 1, Cavaliers nothing on NLWN-TV.
NLWN-TV is excited to bring you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. Our next game will be on Wednesday, June 10th, when the Cavaliers take on the Augusta Athletics from Jan Kruger Memorial Field in Augusta, Wisconsin. Coverage on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:30 p.m. That's Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, June 10th on NLWN-TV.
Get in touch with the roots of the Chippewa Valley at the Chippewa Valley Museum, located in Eau Claire's Carson Park, with a mission of connecting people to their community and inspire curiosity. From reinventing the Chippewa Valley, a century of change in farm life, the Farmhouse Theater, along with the Wisconsin Logging Museum and Logging Camp. Also, the Chippewa Valley Museum features special temporary exhibits and traveling exhibits, as well as web exhibits. The Chippewa Valley Museum is open Tuesdays through Saturdays. Call for more information at 715-834-7871.
And Tuesday from 5 to 7 p.m., also Wednesday from 9 to 11 a.m., PBS Wisconsin invites community members to visit the Chippewa Valley Museum to share their personal reflections on America's 250th anniversary. Now, these reflections may be featured in My America at 250, a social media campaign designed to capture and amplify diverse perspectives from Wisconsinites.
And Brendan Hageman puts one in the infield and is thrown out at first by Xavier Bemnister to Logan Hesselman.
Then I'll finish that off. No prior registrations needed for that. PBS Wisconsin does want to talk to you, though. So just show up. For more information, call the museum at 715-834-7871. And that voice you heard, that was Jay Fall to take you through the middle innings.
Thanks, Rick. Batting now is the ninth batter. Third baseman Carter Stelter comes into today's game with a .227 average. Has 1 strike. Milner winds, throws, and that pitch outside for ball 1. 1-1-1.
Milner just can't quite get that curveball to break over that outside corner.
Milner throws, and Stelter swings and misses for strike 2. We're coming to you live from the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility at historic Carson Park in Eau Claire. Top of the third, Jim Falls Sturgeons lead the Cavs 1-0. And a shot out to short right field drops in for a base hit. Palmer gets in front of it, and Stelter with a base hit out to right. Brings up Carson Bovey, who is the left fielder. And this will be the first time through the batting order for the Sturgeons. Milner checks first, winds and throws that ball over the top of the press box.
That one missed the Marine Credit Union press box.
That's good.
A little to the left. And if it's a little to the right, that's just fine too.
Milner throws, and that pitch inside or outside for ball one. 1-1-1. Milner delivers that pitch outside. Ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out. 1-0 lead for the Jim Falls Sturgeons. Stelter steps off. Milner throws that one.
That one was heading for you, Jay. That one almost got you.
That was that. There was a bunch. There was a foot of wall there.
Although he's talking tough, but his eyes were bigger than his glasses right there.
Well, of course. Safety first.
Read the Spalding on that one.
They really sew those tight, those baseballs.
Yeah, Lily wants us to have a foul ball camera in here.
And he has to duck.
He got that curveball that time.
Yep. Got it.
And that is strikeout number 300 for Andrew Milner. I think Andrew should throw that ball out and save that one. There's a fly ball out towards center field. Tillman ranging over. Actually,
Pakrantz. Yep, out to left field. And that retires the Cavaliers, or I'm sorry, the Sturgeons in the 3rd inning. So there were no runs, 1 hit, no Cavalier errors, 1 runner left. Score at the end of 2.5 innings of play. The Jim Falls Sturgeons 1, Eau Claire Cavaliers 0 on NLWN-TV.
Sunset House Motel and RV Park in Port Mansfield, Texas, is your destination for your next fishing or hunting adventure. With 20 rooms available including condos and RV spots, Sunset House Motel and RV Park is the place where outdoor sports people stay when they're looking for fishing and hunting adventure. Sunset House Motel and RV Park is located only a few blocks from the dock and is within walking distance to all the local restaurants. Call them at 956-944-2182 to book your stay. That's Sunset House Motel and RV Park in Port Mansfield, Texas.
Midwest Environmental Consultants, your partner and guide. From soil testing to landscapes, they cover it all. Lawn care and beauty, they're ready to call. With expertise in the ground, they'll analyze what's there. Call 608-468-2067 and let's get started. You deserve the best.
Well, that 300th strikeout sure got the Osprey's attention. He's paying attention to the game now. And Jay?
Jerome Delikowski just fouled down the first base side. Strike 1. Yeah, that nest has been in left center for many seasons.
Yeah, and they are good sports fans because if there's not a baseball game going on, they're watching football on the other side of the nest.
Great spot. Location, location, location.
It's a multi-generational home.
Jerome swings and misses for strike 2. The wind in the pitch, that one outside for that pitch outside for ball 3 from Brady Smith.
Be my superpower, Osprey Vision.
That's one we haven't heard.
That's right. So Dan, in case you didn't hear that, Dan wants that for his superpower, Osprey Vision.
Well, I suppose next home game you could probably climb up there and mount a camera up there. We could have an Osprey cam. Oh, okay. And that pitch just inside first base. Jerome pulls back and he is forced out at first. One down. Aiden Pancrantz, the left fielder, coming in with a .257 batting average, is the second batter here in the Cavaliers' third inning. Jim Falls leads 1-0.
And with this being just a 7-inning game, it's...
And Pancrantz lets one fly out toward left center, and that one bounces on the warning track. Pancrantz headed for third, and the throw not in time. Pancrantz in with a stand-up triple. So Stelter had to chase back to the warning track for that one.
One hop the wall.
And Pancrantz motored around. The pitch to Trenton Palmer. First one is outside for a ball. Palmer comes in with a .450 batting average.
Ryan Bemnister and I have talked about Trenton Palmer batting in this spot in the lineup. He calls it a second leadoff spot.
And that ball low for ball 2.
It's a real high batting average to have someone batting that low in the lineup, but what he does is set the table for the top part of the lineup.
The pitch from Smith, that one is outside. And Smith behind Palmer, 3 balls, no strikes. Cavs with 1 out, and Aiden Pancrantz on third. Smith delivers that one outside, a free base for Trenton Palmer on the walk. Runners at the corners now as we go back to the top of the order for the Cavaliers. Brayton Tillman, the center fielder, and he flew out to shortstop in the first inning. And now some base runners to move around here.
Let's see how long before Palmer heads to second. There he goes.
Palmer in without a problem. So 1 ball, no strikes to Brayton Tillman. Now runners at second and third. Smith looks, throws. That one over the first baseman's glove, Schemenauer, and coming in is Pancrantz and Palmer. Cavs up 2-1.
And I believe that's going to go, well, they're going to charge an error on the first baseman. So neither of those runs are earned runs.
Xavier Bemnister now comes up with the Cavs now leading 2-1. Tillman on first. Brady Smith winds, delivers, and that one hit out to center field, drops in short, and Bemnister in with a single. Moves Tillman to second, and that brings up Caden Erickson, the shortstop. And Jace Coda's got to go back and get his hat.
We're going to have a conference at the mound. Pete Thaler is heading out there to have a discussion with them.
So the Eau Claire Cavaliers, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. Jim Falls Sturgeons, 1 run, 2 hits. And the error that occurred a couple of batters ago. Hope you'll join us on Wednesday night, June 10th. We'll bring you the Cavs traveling to Jan Kruger Field at Memorial Park in Augusta to take on the Augusta Athletics in a CRBL South matchup. Coverage begins at 6:30 within the Dugout Show, followed by all the play-by-play action. That's right here on NLWN-TV Wednesday night. Smith checks back to second, winds, and that pitch. A strike over the outside corner and got by Bobby Soren. Tillman with a lead on second. Bemnister as well. Pitch comes in. That one strike on the inside corner. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. To Caden Erickson, he flew out to second the last time he was up, and that was in the first inning. Smith's pitch and runners going. Both get there on time. So now runners at second and third. Tillman and Bemnister. 1-2 count. The pitch comes in. Fouled off. The bat goes foul toward the Sturgeons on deck circle. Cavs up 2-1. With more runs waiting on a hit here. And that ball to third base, and the throw to the plate. Goes over the 50's head. And Tillman scores.
I think Erickson gets credit for a fielder's choice with an error on the throw, scoring Tillman. And Bemnister goes over to third.
And the Cavaliers now lead 3-1. Sam Knickerbocker was on a double the last time he batted, and that was just an inning ago. Swing and miss for Knickerbocker. As Smith at the belt throws that one inside for strike 2, inside corner. Smith checks Bemnister over at third. That pitch goes outside and tall for ball 1. 1-2 to Sam Knickerbocker. 211 batting average. 1 for 1 today. Smith delivers on to right field. Bemnister will score. Erickson will score. Cavs go up 5-0.
Give Sam Knickerbocker 2 RBI.
So first baseman Logan Hesselman now steps into the batter's box. He flew out to short last time he was up. Cavaliers lead 5-0. Throw goes back to first. The check the runner there, Brayton Bauer. Smith looks over his shoulder again. Pitch into Hesselman. Outside corner for strike one. 0-1, Cavaliers up 5-1. And that pitch outside and high for ball one. 1-1 to Logan Hesselman. Bauer at first, Smith. And that one hit the left side of the press box.
Left a dent in the
farther away.
It put a pretty good dent in the flashing. Better that than my forehead.
Yes. And ball fouled back and rolls up on top and is caught by the auxiliary scoreboard's cord. So Dan will have to run out there on the way to get the Osprey cam set up.
Reminds me of the day I had you, Dan, dangling by his belt loop. Right out the press box window. Lily's already scared now.
I would assume he had the cameras pointing away from all that action.
Yeah. Our attorneys, our corporate attorneys made sure of that.
Yes. And swing and a miss for out number 2, a strikeout for Brady Smith. That is the second out, and Riley Kopinski, the second baseman, who flew out to second base, is at the plate. He leans back for that one, ball high and inside, ball one. 1-0, 2 outs for the Cavaliers, leading 5-1 over the Jim Falls Sturgeons. The delivery hit out through left field. Carson Bovey gets behind it. And Kopinski on with a solid single.
And that's the way to get that batting average going.
Now coming up, Cole Timon, the extra hitter.
Brady Johnson is warming up down in the Sturgeons bullpen.
And this will be the 10th Cavalier batter here in the third inning. As Bauer at first, Kopinski with a lead at second. Smith checks back there, makes the throw, and runners go. And each gets an extra base. So now Kopinski at second and Bauer at third. Timon steps back in with 2 outs and a 1-0 count. The delivery, that ball chopped and just goes foul, just in front of the first base.
Which was a good thing because Cole Timon was barely out of the batter's box by the time that Schemenauer picked it up. With just enough English on it to make it skip out of bounds.
Smith delivers. That ball in the dirt. Timon holds Bauer at third. From the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility at historic Carson Park in Eau Claire Cavaliers 5, Jim Falls Sturgeons 1. We're in the bottom of the third. Smith delivers. That ball fouled over the right side of the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility this time. Falls to ball. Smith Looking toward his catcher, delivers that ball high. Full count now to Cole Timon. 10th Cavalier batter of the inning. Cavs lead the Sturgeons 5-1. Smith winds, delivers, swing and a miss for strike 3. So in the Eau Claire Cavaliers' third inning, there were 5 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors.
I had 4 hits.
4 hits, okay. That's better anyway. And 2 runners left. So the score at the end of 3 complete innings of play, the Eau Claire Cavaliers 5, the Jim Falls Sturgeons 1. You're watching it on NLWN-TV.
NLWN-2 invites you to join us in our time machine and journey back to the 1860s for some vintage baseball with the Menominee Blue Caps. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, June 8th, as the Blue Caps will take on the Rum River Rovers and the Afton Red Sox from Carson Park in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. That's Vintage Baseball, Monday, June 8th on NLWN2.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our every day.
Top of the 4th inning, the visiting Jim Falls Sturgeons come to bat. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the lineup. Starting off with Mason Tester, the shortstop, who had a double out to center field the first time he batted. Where's number 27 in the field? He is the shortstop. And the throw by Milner catches the outside corner for strike 1. Cavs a big 3rd inning, lead 5-1. Andrew Milner, solid outing. That pitch outside for ball 1. 1-1. No outs. Milner's pitch. That one outside, ball 2. Jay Fall, Rick Olson, Dan Petschall, and Lily Sonnette. Part of the team bringing you Eau Claire Cavaliers baseball this afternoon. And that ball fouled out big out to the plaza.
See that, Jay?
What?
Now Lily's giving me a hard time because you got the name right on the first time out of the chute. That's just the pro that Jay is.
Or beginner's luck, you know.
Or the fact that you wrote it down somewhere.
Yeah. And that ball hit out into center field. Going back to get it is Tillman. 4 out, number 1. So Bobby Saran is up now. He had a sac fly to center field, which gave him an RBI for the only run the Sturgeons have scored to this point. In this game, it's a twin bill. And that ball fouled. Strike 1. Milner delivers that one right down the middle for strike 2. 0-2 to catcher Bobby Saran. That ball outside. 1-2 the count.
Want to remind folks to send us a message on YouTube where you're watching from. We'll be glad to give you a shout out.
That's a lot of fun to see where people are tuning in for the Cavs.
We've had them from all over the place.
Milner delivers. Ball popped up to near the bullpen.
Boy, Hesselman almost got there.
Got over there. So that's strike two with 1 out. And Milner heading back to the mound with the ball. Looks for signs from Knickerbocker, winds, and the pitch. Just outside, ball 3, full count to Saran. Milner's throw right inside for strike free. Got Saran looking.
Third strikeout for Milner today.
201 in his career.
301.
301.
Yeah, don't short him by 100.
Yeah, that's not quite close enough. Turner. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
He fouled out to Hesselman his first time up.
And that ball hit sharply down the third base line and goes foul. Strike 2, 0-2 to Turner, sorry. Milner delivers. Ball gets loose. No runners to worry about. That's low and inside for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Cavaliers 5, Jim Falls Sturgeons 1. Milner delivers outside for ball 2. Great day for baseball. Nice breeze, little sunshine. And that ball popped up to short center. Going back to get it, or coming in to get it, is Trenton Palmer.
Nice play that time by Palmer, coming in and calling off Riley Kapinski, who had ranged out from his second base spot, but it had him a little twisted around. Palmer saw that and hauled him off and made the catch.
So in the 4th inning for the Jim Falls Sturgeons, they scored no runs, had no hits, there were no Cavalier errors, and there were no base runners. We've played 3.5 innings in game 1 of today's doubleheader. The Eau Claire Cavaliers lead the Jim Falls Sturgeons 5-1 here on NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
To learn more or to help financially, find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Jim Falls Sturgeons, Brady Johnson, coming in. Brady Smith went 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, 2 of which were earned on 5 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 1 base on balls. Jay?
Eau Claire Cavaliers' 4th inning. Leadoff hitter here in the 4th is Jerome Delikowski, the designated hitter. First pitch, very outside for ball 1. Delikowski looks at one that catches the outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that pitch, Delikowski chops it to third base. Stelter will throw to Schemenauer for out number 1.
By the way, Brady Johnson comes into the game with a 5.19 earned run average. He has a 1-2 record, and that's in 17 1/3 innings pitched. He's kind of the workhorse for the Sturgeons.
Now, Aiden Pankratz, the left fielder, steps in. He got on last inning with a triple to left.
Started that carousel of Cavalier runners.
And that foul ball sounded like it was very close to the field line. So it's inching its way back over to it. Johnson delivers.
In other words, Jay, get ready to duck.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 foul balls up near the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility. The delivery outside, ball 1.
Dan's hiding behind me.
Another pitch outside for ball 2.
There's a lot to hide behind.
My thing is, I don't think I have enough cord to get back there. So
you're stuck, Jay.
I am. That pitch goes inside. Ball bounces off Bobby Soren's shin guard on the left side. Full count to Aiden Pankratz. And that ball fouled over the top of the GA seats on the first base side.
Of course, GA stands for General Admission. I had a granddaughter that was very excited because she said, we have to look for section GA, thinking it was actually a section number. And I had to explain to her that that means general admission. It was in a different venue, but she was very disappointed when she discovered it wasn't a real section.
Swing and a miss for strike 3 for Aiden Pankratz. So that'll bring up the bottom of the order, and right fielder Trenton Palmer. Palmer walked last time he was up in the last inning, in fact, and stole a base. Johnson winds, throws, and Palmer swings through it for strike 1. Two down for the Cavs in the bottom of the 4th. That pitch delivered outside. Ball 1, 1-1. And that ball hit out to right field, drops in front of Liam Brennan for a base hit for Trenton Palmer. Now 1 for 1 today. And we're at the top of the order in the 4th inning for center fielder Brayton Tillman. Got on by an error in the 3rd, flew out to first in the 1st inning. Johnson delivers. High for ball 1. Wind, and that ball tapped or hit back to the pitcher, Johnson, who throws it to Schemenauer. And that retires the Cavaliers. So there were no runs on one hit. There were no Sturgeon errors and one runner left. Score at the end of 4 complete innings of play. Eau Claire Cavaliers 5, the Jim Falls Sturgeons 1. You're watching it on NLWN-TV.
Debt doesn't have to be complicated. Let Marine Credit Union simplify your debt so you can feel good about your money. Schedule time to get started at marinecu.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Marine Credit Union is rewarding you for making on-time loan payments with our My Loan Rewards program. Take out a loan, open a checking account with a qualified direct deposit, and get money back. Chart your course. Get details at marinecu.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
5, 6, and 7 hitters due up for the Sturgeons from Jim Falls. We'll have Liam Brennan, the right fielder, leading off. Brennan was thrown out at first from the pitcher's mound back in the second inning. This is game 1 of a scheduled twin bill today.
Jay, have you ever been up to Sturgeon Festival in Jim Falls?
I don't think I have.
I've been there once, but I did not stop and eat any sturgeon, and I think I might like to try that sometime.
Oh.
I've heard people rave about it. Dan says it tastes like chicken.
Of course. First pitch, a strike inside. That one swung on and fouled back to the screens for strike 2. Milner out in front of Brennan, 0-2. No outs yet. And that ball popped up again. That one going over the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility to our left over the third base batter circle. Warm-up circle. Milner winds. That one outside. Did he come around? No. Ball one outside.
Well, they did the right thing that time. They appealed it, although it did not look to me like he went around.
No. That one very inside for ball 2.
I think he's got a shiny spot on his belt buckle now.
Well, Milner delivers outside for ball 3. Full count, 3-2. Cavs up 5-1. We're in the top of the 5th, game 1. Ball hit solidly to Erickson. Erickson mishandles it. And Brennan gets on base.
It's going to be an error on Caden Erickson. So he tried to make the throw to first before he had control of the ball. And he tried to do it as a fluid motion, which is something he's usually really good at. And this time the ball just didn't cooperate.
So Milner checks Brennan at first, delivers the pitch, and that pitch was a strike. Buzzed by Schemenauer's belt buckle right over the plate.
Schemenauer was showing bunt. Let's see if he does it again. Nope.
Nope. And that ball hit solidly to second. Scoop throw from Dupinski over to Hesselman for out number 1. Advances Brennan to second and brings up Gavin Thompson. He was up last in the second inning and struck out. 1 out for the Sturgeons as Milner now looks back at second, winds and delivers a solid hit out to center field. And the throw comes in, and Brennan is not going to advance. So that is a solid single for Gavin Thompson. Now fourth batter in the fifth inning for the Sturgeons is Brandon Hageman. He was thrown out at first base from third base in the third inning. Runners on the corners for the Sturgeons. And that ball hit to shortstop. The throw over to first is not in time.
It's going to be an infield hit. He beat the throw anyway. Hesselman didn't hang on to it, but and I think Ryan Bemnister wants to come out and make sure everybody's okay.
So that will be an RBI for Hageman. Puts Gavin Thompson on second. The Eau Claire Cavaliers want to remind veterans of the United States military they can get a lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games by simply coming down here at Carson Park. Bring your veterans identification and the Cavaliers will be happy to issue you your lifetime pass. It's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
And with yesterday being the anniversary of the D-Day invasion, that's a worthy sentiment.
One out. Carter Stelter, the third baseman. Ball popped up to first. Hesselman underneath of it, no problem. 2 outs. Runners on first and second for number 10 in the order, Carson Bovey, left fielder.
This score from the CRBL after 4 innings. It's the Tilden Tigers leading the Osseo Merchants 8-3.
First pitch outside. Bovey happened to be the 300th career strikeout for Milner. That pitch just outside.
That's one to write down and remember. That's a Cavalier trivia question in the future.
2 balls, no strikes. Milner checks for Thompson behind, delivers. That one catches the inside corner.
Bovey didn't think so.
No, to Bovey's dismay. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs for the Sturgeons. In the top of the 5th, the delivery, that ball fouled over down the left field line, over the general admission seats on that side. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Milner delivers, and that ball fouled over toward the first base coach.
Because Bob Muller couldn't quite field it cleanly.
Cavaliers lead 5-2. Milner looks back at second, takes a quick glance to first, and throws a strike on the outside corner to finish the inning. So for the Sturgeons, they had 1 run on 2 hits. There was 1 Cavalier error and 2 base runners left. Score at the end of 4.5 innings of play. The Eau Claire Cavaliers 5, the Jim Falls Sturgeons 2 on NLWN-2.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Welcome back to the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility at the historic Carson Park Baseball Stadium. Jay Fall, Rick Olson, Dan Petshaw, Lily Sonette, bringing you Cavaliers baseball on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is game one of a doubleheader.
2 7-inning games, which is the norm for the Chippewa River Baseball League.
So for the Cavaliers in the bottom of the fifth inning, the 2, 3, and 4 batters led by Xavier Memphester. He's playing third base. Had a single to center and stole second in the last inning. And looks at strike one. He was thrown out from third base. First inning, looks at another strike. 0-2. And Bemnister pops the ball up near first. Getting underneath it is A.J. Schemenauer for the first out of the Cavs' fifth inning. Caden Erickson, the shortstop, is due up next. Erickson got out on a fielder's choice and flew out to second his last 2 times at the plate for the Cavaliers. Cavs lead 5-2. Johnson delivers, catches the outside corner for strike one. And that ball in the dirt to the backstop. And they'll throw out a new one, ball one. Cavaliers back in action on Wednesday night. That pitch inside for ball two.
I didn't miss by much.
Cavaliers will be in Augusta at Jan Kruger Field at Memorial Park. And that ball, strike two. 2-2.
Two-time winner of the Top Dog Award.
Oh.
The Augusta Athletics. We'll have some good hot dogs that night.
And that ball hit into right field for a base hit for the Cavaliers and Caden Erickson. So along with the great hot dogs will be great baseball. The Cavaliers will be taking on the Athletics, and our coverage gets underway with the In the Dugout show. Starts at 6:30, and the play-by-play follows right here on NLWN-TV.
In fact, we were out and about on Thursday and happened to stop by there.
Knickerbockers, ball goes through Pota's glove.
Let's see if they marked that a hit or an error. I think that's going to be a hit. Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
Yep. So that puts courtesy or pinch runner Bauer on first base and moves Erickson to second. And first baseman Logan Hesselman steps up to the plate. Hesselman struck out in the third inning and flew out to the shortstop in the second inning.
They put that up as a hit, but they put it up as a hit for Jim Falls on the scoreboard.
Oh, we have to get
Let's
that.
see where they end up putting that when it's all said and done. There, now they've got it up for the Cavs.
1-0 the count to Logan Hesselman. Johnson delivers. Ball low and inside, 2-0.
Dan has 2-1 on our score bug.
2-1. Ball popped up to the right fielder, getting underneath it, Liam Brennan, for out number 2. So Bauer on first, Erickson on second, stepping in, second baseman, Riley Gopinski. He had a base hit in the third inning and flew out to the second base area. In the second, Johnson delivers that pitch high for ball 1. 1-0. Johnson checking second. Swing and a miss, or swing and hit foul down into the dirt. 1-1.
Yeah, that ball went off some of the protective equipment of Bobby Soran, and so they gave him a moment or two to walk it off.
So 1-1 count to Riley Kopinski. 2 down. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Cavaliers with a 5-2 lead over the Jim Falls Sturgeons. Now Johnson steps out, steps back in. Looks at Erickson at second. That pitch catches the outside corner for strike 2. 1-2 to Riley Kopinski. Delivery, swing and a miss for strike 3. And that retires the Cavaliers in the bottom of the 5th inning. So the Cavaliers scored no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, and there were 2 base runners left. At the end of 5 complete innings of play, Eau Claire Cavaliers 5, Jim Falls Sturgeons 2. You're watching it on NLWN-TV.
Auto Vision Center in Eau Claire. Your source for auto glass repair and replacement. Their quality work comes complete with a lifetime warranty on workmanship. When it comes to windshield repair and replacement, Auto Vision Center provides mobile auto glass services with free estimates. So if your windshield needs help, call Auto Vision Center today. That's Auto Vision Center at 1631 North Claremont in Eau Claire. Call 715-834-5277.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Welcome back to the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility at historic Carson Park's baseball field. We are coming up on the top of the 6th inning in game 1, and to take us the rest of the way in this first game, here's Rick Olson.
Thank you, Jay. Cavaliers with a 5-2 lead as we head into the top of the 6th. Due up for the Sturgeons, Jace Cota, Mason Tester, and Bobby Saran. And the first pitch missed outside to Jace Cota, who's 0 for 2, flew out to left field twice. Milner winds and delivers. Foul ball straight back behind the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility. Made Lily duck. It was too close for her. And the pitch. Foul ball down the right field line.
So it's at least correcting onto the playing surface.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch is outside for ball 2. Counts all even. Fly ball left field, hooking foul, and it's going to land out of play over in the spectator area, the Whitfley spectator area over there. And there are some people over there enjoying the gorgeous weather today, watching today's ball game. And there's a fly ball to straightaway center field. Tillman ranging over, gets under it, makes the catch. So one away. It's going to bring up Mason Tester. He's 1 for 2. He doubled his first time up and then flew out to center field. Here's the pitch. Line shot through the hole out into left field, just under the glove of Xavier Bemnister. And it's a base hit for Mason Tester. He's got a 2-hit game. It'll bring up Bobby Saran. Hit a sacrifice fly to center field his first time up and then struck out looking. And the pitch. There's a fly ball out into left field. Pankratz under it, makes the catch. That'll bring up Colton Turner. Turner's 0 for 2. Fouled out to Hesselman on the first base side. And then flew out to Palmer out in right field. And there is a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 2 down. We're in the top of the 6th. Andrew Milner on the mound. He delivers. Fly ball, deep left field. Pankratz under it, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Sturgeons, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left on base. We've played 5.5, and it's the Cavs 5. The Jim Falls Sturgeons 2 on NLWN-TV.
Midwest Environmental Consultants, your partner and guide. From soil testing to landscapes, they cover it all. Lawn care and beauty, they're ready to call. With expertise in the ground, they'll analyze what's there. Call 608-468-2067 and let's get started. You deserve the best.
NLWN-TV is excited to bring you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. Our next game will be on Wednesday, June 10th, when the Cavaliers take on the Augusta Athletics from Jan Kruger Memorial Field in Augusta, Wisconsin. Coverage on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:30 p.m. That's Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, June 10th on NLWN-TV.
And we head into the bottom half of the 6th inning. Leading things off for the Cavaliers in the bottom of the 6th inning, the new member of the Cavaliers, Trent Cornell. He'll be leading things off, batting for Cole Timon. And also we have on deck will be a pinch hitter, Ashton Hall, will be hitting for Jerome Delikowski. So Trent Cornell making his Cavalier debut right now. And it's a strike called on the outside corner. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. Threw the fastball by him. That's going to bring up Ashton Kroll.
Cavaliers. Number 28, Ashton Kroll.
And the first pitch is a strike. Kroll batting .200 on the season. And he follows that one down the first baseline. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. A little bit low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. And the pitch. Chopper down the first baseline. Schemenauer takes it, steps on the bag for out number 2. That'll bring up Aiden Pankratz. 1 for 2. But that one was a big one. It was a triple out to left center field. We saw a real nice example of the afterburners that he can turn on when he's trying to get extra bases. That first pitch is outside for a ball. And that one's outside for ball 2. And the pitch. Strike called. 2 balls and a strike. We do have some activity going on down in the Jim Falls bullpen. It's out, caught the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. That may be game 2's starting pitcher warming up. That pitch missed. Isaiah Hendricks. No D in it. Hendricks. There's a foul ball towards the Cavalier bullpen. Made some players dance out of the way. And the pitch. Strike 3 called. So the Cavaliers go down in order in the bottom of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we have played 6. And it's the Cavs 5 and the Jim Falls Sturgeons 2 on NLWN-TV.
Get in touch with the roots of the Chippewa Valley at the Chippewa Valley Museum, located in Eau Claire's Carson Park, with a mission of connecting people to their community and inspire curiosity. From reinventing the Chippewa Valley, a century of change in farm life, the Farmhouse Theater, along with the Wisconsin Logging Museum and Logging Camp. Also, the Chippewa Valley Museum features special temporary exhibits and traveling exhibits, as well as web exhibits. The Chippewa Valley Museum is open Tuesdays through Saturdays. Call for more information at 715-834-7871.
And the Chippewa Valley Museum wants to remind you that on Tuesday from 5 to 7 p.m. and Wednesday from 9 to 11 a.m., PBS Wisconsin is inviting community members to visit the Chippewa Valley Museum and share their personal reflections on America's 250th anniversary. Now, these reflections may be featured in the My America at 250. Now, that's a social media campaign designed to capture and amplify the diverse perspectives from Wisconsinites on what the anniversary means to them. So no prior registration is required. They just want to talk to you, so just show up. If you want more information, call the museum at 715-834-7871. We head to the 7th. Andrew Milner going to try to close things out and go the distance. Liam Brennan at the plate, and he hits a fly ball deep to left field. Pankratz back, and he makes the catch. 3 straight putouts by Pankratz out in left field. 4 straight balls hit to left field by the Sturgeons. That's going to bring up A.J. Schemenauer. He's 0 for 2. Line to short, and then grounded to second. One out. There's a fly ball, again out to left field. Pankratz circling under it, and he makes the catch. 4 consecutive putouts by Pankratz. And it brings us to Gavin Thompson. He represents the last hope for the Sturgeons. He's 1 for 2, struck out and singled to center. And we have time called. Evidently there was a ball back behind the umpire. Tim Wilson behind the plate. Here's the pitch. Strike call. Milner looking in. And he fires. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So the Sturgeons are down to their final strike. Remember, after this game's over, we'll have a very abbreviated version of Talkin' Baseball. And we'll get ready for game 2. And the pitch. That's a little bit low. That'll include our feature program, Cavaliers to MLB, where we focus on former Cavalier players who played in the major leagues. There's a fly ball out to center field. Tillman is under it. He makes the catch, and that's going to do it. Cavaliers win game 1 by a score of 5-2. And we'll be back with the summaries right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on NLWN-TV. This copyrighted presentation has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network in conjunction with the Eau Claire Cavaliers, and is intended for the enjoyment of the viewing and listening audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction, in any form, without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and the Eau Claire Cavaliers is prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game. Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game.
The season was Brady Smith for the Jim Falls Sturgeons. Now we're going to leave the air for a brief moment as we get things set to bring you game 2 of today's doubleheader, and we'll do that right after this, as you've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on NLWN-TV.
This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV will now have to leave the air briefly so we can reset our equipment to bring you Game 2 of today's doubleheader. Please close out of our channel on YouTube and come back in a few moments when you see that Game 2 is available. This is NLWN-TV.
Make sure you come back real soon.